Hi guys, it's Mitch here, just coming on to do Facebook card reveals for you all. Apologies that I look a little bit scruffy today in this hoodie. This is a lovely warm hoodie because we've had a bit of rain, it's been a bit miserable today. But it's a lovely hoodie, but it's a little bit tight sometimes, you know. I got to watch this weight business, I think. It's a bit up and down for my liking, this yo-yoing. But anyway, so as we're going into the cards, let's have a little look. So if you were drawn to card 1, we're going into the energy of death, and it just says here, rebirth. Don't panic when the death card shows. So many people fear this and get a little bit scared, a little bit confused, a little bit overwhelmed. Sometimes people kind of fear or wonder, is this going to be like a physical death? And very, very rarely is it physical death. Usually in most cases, this is like the end of something, the completion, and you've gone to a point, or you've got to a point with something where there's no more evolving room, that there's no more, you know, adjusting. You have to basically make a physical change, and depending on your own sort of energy lines, depending on how you feed into a situation, you can make that change quite straightforward, quite comfortably, or it can sometimes feel a little bit uncomfortable to have to sort of move yourself on from something. But it is a rebirth card, and it's remembering that everything in this life is temporary. The great good experiences are temporary, so enjoy those for as long as they're available. And anything negative and restrictive, that is also temporary. Okay, so when those sort of energies play out, take them on the chin, but don't dwell in them, don't get stuck in those sort of spaces. So it is all about rebirth, it's all about setting yourself free. And like the fire, I actually see this as almost like the violet flame, clearing, cleansing, transmuting anything negative. So if you feel like the world is against you at the moment, if you just feel like everything has been so heavy, so overwhelming, don't get consumed in the flames, because you're literally about to be propelled into something of higher value, of higher merit, of higher quality. So it's time to give yourself complete acceptance and complete permission to move into that cycle of rebirth. Okay, if there are pieces of your life that you know you've outgrown, whether they encompass people, circumstances, or situations, be brave enough, do the things that are required to set yourself free, because otherwise you're going to find yourself on a never-ending conveyor belt of energy that you'll never feel completed by, or you'll never feel kind of sustainable in. You know, it will just unravel you. You know, you probably end up having something quite dark happen if you don't make the changes that are needed. So death doesn't want to actually give you anything negative. And if you think of like when a person physically dies, their sort of body is laid to rest and their soul is set free. So there's no more battling, there's no more physical pain. So it's wanting to remove the pain out of your life, whether that is a physical thing you're going through, or whether that's more of emotional, mental, or even spiritual pain. But do what's required. So embrace the card of death, okay, because it wants to offer you something, like I say, of higher merit or of higher value. Now, as we're going into card 2, we are going into the 10 of Cups. And it just says here at the bottom, joyfulness. 10 of Cups, as a rule, is a happy card. It's almost like happy family card. It's feeling very connected, very blessed with what you've got in your immediate space. It's almost not worrying too much about the materialistic side of life. This is all about connections from the heart space energy. So it's feeling very sort of joyous, very fulfilled with the people, the family dynamic, the friendship circles you have. Maybe you're someone that has fabulous clients. It's just holding a great connection to the things and the people that matter. And if you feel at the moment that you're looking at this card, and if your world doesn't feel like this, then hold on tight, hold focus, hold the vision, because this is wanting to come in for you. And it will be accessible, it will be available on some level if you allow it to be. Sometimes when we're met with blockages or hindrances or uncertainties, we get so consumed by that stuff, we almost don't allow ourselves to experience whatever this is. And often it is still there, it is still available, we just completely overlook its presence or its existence because we're so caught up or we're so consumed in another problem. And like I say, this isn't necessarily being the richest in terms of materialistic wealth, but it's being rich in heart center. So it's embracing, it's acknowledging, it's celebrating all the fabulous people that are in your life, and really feeling connected with those people, and giving you real contentment, real fulfillment, not worrying too much about the demands of the future, not kind of caring too much about the past, just enjoying everything for what it is. Now, as we're going into card 3, we're going into the energy of the Fool. The Fool is, it just says at the bottom here, new beginnings, and that is exactly what the Fool is wanting to offer us. The Fool is all about new adventures, new excitement, new beginnings, and a real sense of optimism. It's that whole thing of remembering that, you know, you're the doorkeeper of your own destiny, and whatever your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations are, there has to be a starting point. And once you acknowledge, once you sort of see that for what it is and embrace that starting point, the world can become your oyster. So the Fool really does focus on the present time. They don't get concerned in what could lie ahead. They don't get concerned in what's happened in the past. There's a real acknowledgement for just going with the flow and just really being guided by the present times, the present situations, and embracing everything for what it is. The sort of dog in the card, it's quite a big dog in this one, but as a rule it's usually like a smaller dog, represents the loyalty and the unconditional love around you at this time, and the things that you're going to sort of encompass, the things you're going to turn your hand to, will give you those high vibe feelings and experiences. And also this is about, like, it's not so much acting foolish, but it's almost like being, don't be scared to be playful, don't be scared to tap into your inner child, because sometimes the Fool wants to let out that cheeky, mischievous side, and I think that that's really important in order to move forward. Show your character, let that be seen by the right types of energy. So there's a really interesting kind of card as well. So lovely little messages this week. I hope you can make sense of them. Stay safe, stay well, have an awesome week ahead, guys, and I'll catch up with some of you lovelies very soon. Take care, bye for now.